At the end of 2009, U.S. President Barack Obama told the nation it was time to renew the fight against the Taliban in Afghanistan.
I have determined that it is in our vital national interest to send an additional 30,000 U.S. troops to Afghanistan. After 18 months, our troops will begin to come home.
But behind closed doors, Obama's former defense secretary says the president waffled about fighting a just war. In his new book, Robert Gates, who also served during the presidency of George W. Bush, accuses White House staffers of undermining President Obama's resolve by criticizing the commander of the war, General David Petraeus, the Afghan president, Hamid Karzai, and the idea of a troop surge.
As I sat there, I thought, the president doesn't trust his commander, can't stand Karzai, doesn't believe in his own strategy, and doesn't consider the war to be his. For him, it's all about getting out.
U.S. news reports about Gates' memoir suggest the book is as much about settling scores as about establishing a record of his 45 years in government. Gates also has harsh words for Vice President Joe Biden, a man considered by many to be a foreign policy expert.
I think he has been wrong on nearly every major foreign policy and national security issue over the past 4 decades.
Gates accuses White House staffers of micromanaging and of being clueless about the realities of war. And he admitted that he at first was opposed to the raid that led to Osama bin Laden's death in May 2011. Still, some observers say Gates' frankness should not be a surprise.
Former Secretary Gates is above the fray. First of all, he knows he'll never serve in Washington again. Number 2, he served honorably for a number of administrations on both sides of the aisle. Everybody who investigated Bob Gates before he was selected for these jobs knew what they were getting.
Late on Tuesday, a White House spokesperson defended the president's Afghanistan policy and called Biden one of Obama's closest advisors. But given that Gates is nearly 70 years old and officially retired, it is possible he doesn't care what anyone thinks, even a president whose intellect and judgment Gates says he admires. Rosalind Jordan, Al Jazeera, Washington.